First you draw a circle, then you dot the eyes, add a great big smile, and presto, it's Kirby. Hello there, allow me to introduce myself. I'm GMaynard, and this is Kirby's Adventure. It'll be my first attempt at a Let's Play, and I decided to choose this game as my first Let's Play choice because I'm a fan of the Kirby series. So anyway, some of you may be wondering, what's the plot of this game? Well, I'll tell you in a few minutes. Well, soon. Alright, here's the story. One day, the peaceful life of Dreamland was shattered by a mysterious crisis. The inhabitants didn't dream! On the edge of Dreamland, dreams and hopes once gushed forth from the Dream Spring, fueled by the Star Rod. Investigating the Dream Spring, Kirby found Naughty King Dedede swimming in its magical waters. Dedede had broken the Star Rod and given the pieces to his friends who are now hiding in Dreamland. To bring back the lost dreams, Kirby sought the Star Rod. Well, that's basically the story. Long story short, someone messed around with some MacGuffin that makes people dream, and now I have to try and fix it. Anyways, let's get started with our main game. And we'll be starting off with our first level of the game, Vegetable Valley, which is basically your normal starting level. It's relatively very nice looking grassy field type area. Anyways, the store will lead us to our first level. So let's go on through and begin. Alright, as you can see here, Kirby can walk by pushing the control. If you push twice, he can dash. Push up, he can jump or inflate to fly higher. You can also jump by pushing A. However, if you want to do the floaty thing, you basically have to, well, push up on the control pad. Later games, basically, in the series, just have you push A twice to do it. Anyways, we're coming up to our first enemy here, which is a Waddle-Doo. There are two ways we can dispose of him. First is either, well, besides eating him, of course, first we can either spit him out as a star. You can also do this with other enemies like that Bronto Bird. Alright, and with this one, we'll show you the other method of disposing him, which is by pushing down the control pad to swallow him. And thus, we get our first power-up, which is Beam. I'll be pausing now and then, once we get a new power-up, to read the flavor text for each power-up. Alright. Beam. Kirby fires a beam like that used by some enemies. This is an easy weapon to use. It is beam is basically a relatively simple weapon. Basically, you fire beam, it can kill it. Anyway, let's get rid of that power by pushing select, and let's meet this Sparky, which gives us, well, Spark. Spark. Kirby can create fireworks like sparks from his body. This is a great defense. On a side note, Spark is a much better power-up than Beam. Doesn't have the best range, but it does its job. Oh, never mind. Alright, let's see if we can... Alright. And this here is well, that was a hothead, and this gives us fire. Alright, fire. Kirby can breathe fire. of course. Enemies beware, or you're gonna get burned. So, if you haven't guessed, fire allows you to breathe fire. I know I'm sounding a bit redundant and obvious, but that's the way things are. And now let's fly over here. There you go, down. Through this door. Seeing how it's the first level, it's relatively easy level. And this here is a Maxim tomato. Alright. And that had just died just by walking into water. Anyways, Maxim tomatoes are basically health items. As you see towards the bottom here, Kirby has 6 life bars. Each bar equaling a hit. In other words, he can get up to hit 6 times before he, well, loses a life. Eating a Maxim tomato will heal Kirby back to full health. And let's go on through here, and this here is the end level. Let's go on through. And see how we did. Alright. It's a relatively simple thing. Basically, time A right, and you either score points, or if you're lucky enough, you can get an extra life. Anyways, now that we've cleared the first level, we have 2 doors. Here's our... This one is our standard level door, which leads to level 2 here. And over here is a different kind of this door here with this little keychain looking thingy on it. I'm not sure what it is. It's kind of hard to tell with these simplistic graphics. It leads us to a mini game, so let's go on through. Alright, Crane Fever. Use the buttons to move the crane and try to get a Kirby. Big one's hard to get, but worth it. So, as you can guess, this is essentially like one of those crane games you see at different places. There are 2 Kirbys here, a small one and a large one. Getting a small one gets you an extra life, while getting a big one gets you 2 extra lives. We're gonna try and go for the big one here. Alright, let's just hold down A and try and get it over. Alright, let's see, did I get it? Let's see. It's going down. Alright, got the Kirby. And I didn't get him. Well, just like standard claw games, it's basically... well... not in your favor. Oh, let's try that again. Go get this big Kirby here. Let's see, are we gonna get him? I do not know. Let's find out. And... oh. Alright. Oh. We got him! And seeing how he got 1 big Kirby, we get 2 extra lives. And this door is now barricade. The only way to actually, which means we cannot get through this door again. The only way we can get through this, access this door again is either, there are 2 ways, which are either getting a game over and continuing, or starting the game up from, well, not starting a new game. I mean, like, how would I phrase it? Starting from the file select screen. I'm not sure if I've said it. Oh well, let's go on to level 2. Alright, and this here is a Gordo. Alright, I'm gonna show you something unique about Gordos. Alright, so let's just get rid of that. As you can see here, Gordo is one of the few enemies that cannot be eaten. However, we can dispose of him, for now, by getting rid of the block. Goodbye, Gordo! Alright, and that's a Cappy. Basically comes in two parts. Oh, dang it. Wanted to hit him. And that there's a Shotzo, which will shoot you. Anyway, new enemy here. This Sir Kibble here will give us Cutter. Cutter. Kirby can throw a series of cutters that return like boomerangs. It's a relatively simple power up. Alright, as you can see here, basically, get rid of the block that's preventing the Gordo from flying off into space. And this here is a warp star. Let's see where it takes us. Alright. Takes us to some kind of mountainish range, I see. Alright. And here will be going up against our first mini boss. Oh. Alright, got it there. Oh, I was hoping that it'd take out Poppy Brocini. Oh, but that will do. Anyway, let's eat Poppy Brocini. Oh, never mind. We'll show you what he does some other time. What his power up is some other time. So, anyways, let's continue on. And acquire a fire. Just going through this cave here. Oh. Alright. Well, we'll use Spark instead, and coincidentally there's a maximum tomato here, so let's grab that and refill up to full health. And let's continue on through. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, basically, you lose your power up. You can lose your power up if you get hit. And let me just tell you. Oh, I found a secret door, and here's a 1-up. I didn't realize that was there. Anyways. Let's take out this cat and eat this Sword Knight, which will give us, well, sword. Sword. Use the sword to eat enemies. If you attack in midair, Kirby will spin and slash. And we'll probably show more of this in the next level. Right? On through the gold. And, oh, nearly had it. Just 5,000 extra points. Which is just basically a remnant from when games were more arcade related and had high scores for them. Points here are basically kind of worthless because there's not really some high score type thing. Oh well. Anyways, let's try and avoid this Shotzo. Well, we can dispatch this Shotzo though. Goodbye! You know, I just have to say, putting cannons on blocks is not the best idea. Just saying. Alright. 3. Oh no! Oh, there he goes again! Goodbye, Shatsu! Whee! Alright. Now 3. Alright, now let's get dishes and get a new power up. Fireball. Fireball. Kirby can turn into a flying fireball, jump and attack in a flash of fire. Alright. We have acquired fireball from eating this flamer. Yes, that. Oh. Well, yes, that flamer didn't. Didn't like what happened to his bro. Anyways. Let's fly on through. And I'm gonna need healing. And this. Here's our first look at going underwater. Kirby can't really do much underwater. All I can just do is swim and do this little water squirt thing. It's not the best, but it gets the job done for what it can. Anyways, let's use. Oh no, no. I'm running low on health. Need to probably. I need healing! Alright, let's just try and get through here, see? Alright, smash that. Oh, phew. We smashed him. Anyways, we're back at full health. Let's go through this door. And launch skyward. And not much else. Alright. And we have unlocked, not only have unlocked access to the next level, we have also unlocked special kind of door here. Let's go on through. Alright. Museum. Here's a colorful display of enemies with special abilities. Eat the one you want. So basically, as you can see here, each museums basically have 1 or 2 enemies on a pedestal, and each one has a picture showing what power-up you get. Anyways, let's ditch Spark here and eat this Sword Knight, and or is it a Blade Knight? It's one of the two. And we get Sword, and let's head on to our next level, shall we? Alright, next up to level 4. Oh! Fly. Oh, no. Let's fly up. And that was Mr. Frosty. He died fast. And eating him gives us freeze. Freeze. Kirby can create a shield to freeze enemies. He can then knock away the frozen blocks. So, long story short, Kirby basically... It's like Spark, except you freeze things instead of killing them. And with freezing, you can turn enemies into... When you freeze... Well, they can either they'll turn into block, and either they'll disappear after a short period of time, or you can send them flying. And you can also have them collide with enemies. Oh, that was a close one. Anyways, oh, it's new power-up time. Alright, let's that. And, Well, no, that's not. If you eat your star, you get the power-up you had beforehand. Anyways, let's try and see if we can find another Togezo. Or is it Togizo? I do not know. The spiny looking dude. Oh, maybe we'll find him? I don't know. Oh, there he is. Oh, there he go. And who is that? I do not know. I'm sure we may come across him later, but let's see. Let's try and respawn. Alright, there we go. Oh. And, oh, oh. Okay, I just I don't really have much to say. You know what? Before, let's just, you know what? To show y'all some stuff, I'm gonna have to do something I'm not proud of. I'm going to die. And restart from the checkpoint. And let's see, alright, here's Togizo. And he gives us Needle. Lots of needles, just like a porcupine's come out of Kirby. It's a great defense. Anyways, let's continue. Oh. Well, guess we're not getting any candy. And again, people say, most people say, don't take candy from, don't accept candy from strangers. Well, let's, oh, never mind. Needle's probably not the best. It's more a defensive type thing, and sword's probably your better weapon. Anyways, later, sometime later, I'll probably go through to show you what candy does. First, let's go through this goal gate. Alright, launch up high, and let's head on to our first boss. Anyways, well, right before we fight our first boss, I shall notify that this door will come in. I'll talk about what this barricaded door leads to later. We'll access to something similar to that in the next level. But first, let's fight our first boss. And who is our first boss, you ask? Why, it's this tree who goes by the name of Wispy Woods. And as you can see, he is a very, very, very simple boss. Normally attacks by firing air puffs and dropping apples. Latter which can be used as a weapon against him if you have no power up. Anyways, let's pick up this piece of the star rod here. And let's do a little victory dance. And that was Vegetable Valley. His relatively simple first level. So I think I'll probably end this part right here. And next time we'll go over level 2, which is Ice Cream Island. Anyways, this is Garrett here saying, I'll see you all next time. Thank you and goodbye.